Hey, it's Cassie from Curry Honda in Chicopee. You're listening to the Bax and Nagle podcast on Rock 102. Come see us at Curry Honda for the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Experience the best at Curry Honda. Thanks for listening.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 5:51, and Aerosmith with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Cold today with a high of 29. Warmer tomorrow with a high of 42, if you can believe that. It is a lovely 9 degrees in downtown Springfield.
Hollywood Trash is brought to you by Western Mass Masons. Call them for all your foundation and chimney needs.
Somehow you still care about what's happening in Hollywood. So, from Tinseltown, 3,000 miles away, it's Steve Nagle's Hollywood Trash.
Well, Disney has extended Jimmy Kimmel's contract for another year, keeping his late-night show on the air until May of 2027. Whatever happened to he's not doing well with the ratings and we're not going to put up with this kind of thing.
We're giving you one more year. That's it.
Why would you do that if the original excuse was we're not renewing you because your ratings aren't that great?
Because maybe Disney's a bunch of spineless corporate hacks, don't know how to handle a scandal.
Kimmel faced controversy for comments on Charlie Kirk's assassination, leading to his show being pulled from ABC affiliates. Despite the backlash, Kimmel returned to the show to address the situation in his opening monologue. Trump has continued to criticize Kimmel, but the late-night host responded with humor in his subsequent monologue. I think the more you criticize somebody, the more you're giving them the platform that you're trying to take away from them.
In a way, you can make that argument. But the more he says, the more power he has over you, especially if that's a majority of the only thing you can talk about. I would, look at us. We don't get into all that mucky muck stuff.
It's because nobody cares about us.
Well, yeah, there's that.
Yeah. I mean...
And we also don't have strong opinions on anything.
Is somebody really staying awake saying, I need to get Bax and Nagle off the air? I'm sure there's somebody out there.
There's got to be somebody out there.
David Spade criticized a mall's tree lighting ceremony for avoiding the word Christmas during the event. Spade and Dana Carvey discussed the issue on their podcast, questioning the omission of the holiday's name. They expressed frustration at the trend of downplaying Christmas in public events. The conversation also touched on the secularization of Christmas in the United States and the persecution of Christians in Africa. The city of Portland faced similar criticism for hosting a tree lighting ceremony without mentioning Christmas. I don't know how you have a Christmas tree and then don't call it... It's just a holiday tree.
Happy lights.
Happy whatever. That's it. I don't know. I don't know how.
Well, if you don't celebrate Christmas,
yeah,
you're probably not going to go to a tree lighting ceremony.
Yeah, that's
right.
True.
So who are you?
Listen, I celebrate.
Who would you be offending?
I celebrate Christmas, and I rarely go to a tree lighting ceremony. I only went a few years ago because I was around, I was available,
right?
And Mayor Dom Dom was pushing the button. It was like the nuclear button he was pushing to light that tree.
But then you had to sit through 25 different political speeches before they hit the tree.
Well, that's neither here nor there, Bax. I mean,
that's why I'm neither here nor there.
He doesn't really do the political speech. He's more about beefing up the city. It was the Richie Neal and the unnecessary tree lighting flair, if you will.
I'm with you on that one.
Kate Winslet shared a bizarre story from her hosting gig on SNL in 2004 during an appearance on the Graham Norton Show. She revealed that Eminem asked her to shave his bottom, a request she declined. Winslet also recalled having to learn a song and dance number in just 24 hours for the show's opening monologue. Despite the stressful experience, she expressed a desire to return to SNL in the future. Winslet's directorial debut, Goodbye June, is set for release in theaters on Netflix in December, featuring a star-studded cast. All right.
Sounds exciting.
Rebel Wilson, actress Rebel Wilson and her wife Ramona Arguma are expected to have their second child, a baby daughter. The couple shared the news in a sweet Instagram post featuring photos of their first child, Royce, and their wedding. Wilson also had previously announced the birth of their first child via surrogacy in November of 2022. The couple received congratulations from celebrity friends on the exciting news. Wow. Hey, we're hitting hard with the hard Hollywood news here.
We were having a whole meeting upstairs a few weeks ago, so, we really need more Rebel Wilson stories on the show.
I said that to you, and nobody wanted to hear me, and then here we are, and then now it's like, what are you talking? Why are you talking about Rebel Wilson?
Well, now I feel like the fool.
Bob Dylan will be returning to Minnesota on March 24th, 2020. March 24th, 2025 is what they're saying, which had already happened.
Yeah.
I think they mean 2026.
Well, 2025 is just about over as far as I'm concerned.
For performance at the Mayo Civic Center Arena in Rochester as part of his Rough and Rowdy Ways tour. How rough and rowdy can you be at the age of whatever the hell he is, 70-something years old?
Bob Dylan may be in his 80s.
Is he 82?
He's 84.
84.
84.
So how do you call yourself a rough and rowdy way? Is it the roughness of getting up and getting your Metamucil from the cabinet?
And then, throwing the bottle on the floor on a protest?
I'm all bound up from all the prune juice I'm taking it in. I tell you, eat a lot of bananas. If you eat a lot of bananas, you tend to get bound up. It's like peanut butter.
I don't think Bob Dylan's getting enough fiber.
I'm gonna have to take fiber, sir, in order to... Anyway, Dylan has been sticking to a set list that includes selections from the Rough and Rowdy Ways album as well as classical catalog numbers. This tour marks his return to the road after wrapping up the latest leg in Dublin on November 25th. I can't understand those Irish people.
He barely understand you.
Well, anybody ever play Tom Petty album?
There are some people that go to all of his tours.
Like following Fish
Yes,
or Dave Matthews?
Just like it.
Yeah.
They follow him all over the place.
How many roads can a man walk down? How many concerts of Bob Dylan can you stand in your lifetime?
A lot of them.
I guess so. 2 Metallica fans in Australia have been banned for life from Perth's Optus Stadium after climbing a speaker tower during the band's concert.
Was that wrong?
Totally worth it. Totally worth it.
1, you don't have to go to another show.
Right.
And 2, you got to climb on the speakers. How badass is that?
The judge called their stunt incredibly stupid and emphasized the serious safety issue it posted. But what a rush, man.
But they didn't get hurt, right?
No, they didn't get hurt, and they're fine.
And
See?
and they will always have a story to tell about the final Metallica show they ever went to.
Yeah. Well, man, the last time we went to a Metallica show, we got kicked out for life, dude.
See, that's a great story. You'll be telling that one forever.
Kim Kardashian is now considering a run for public office.
Really?
Because, why not?
She must have had something to say.
Oh, my God, the last time I did anything political was when Ray J flicked my haying chads with his electoral porridge and that sex tape you can purchase on YouPorn for $39.95.
Caitlin?
Did you ever have electoral porridge?
No.
It's just right.
I'm just getting over the $10 of the fish sandwich.
Whatever got that done and dirty with your mother? I had a fish sandwich once. Ray J, it was an inverted one. Ray J ate it sideways.
Right.
Yeah.
And chips.
And wait till you see the tartar sauce. I never got that done and dirty with your mother, Chris Kim, but I once put Jimmy Juice on the kidneys. A little gonad gumbo from the scrotal super soaker.
What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is I went past the beef short lips and broke in the back door with the grease hammer. You've done that plenty of times, haven't you, Bax?
I think that's personal.
Ah, your mother. That's your Hollywood trash. Or your grandmother.
Oh, don't start.
And that's your Hollywood trash on Rock 102.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Winter Storm headquarters before and after the storm.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, as I have stated many, many times over the years, there comes a time in every man's life when he must ask himself, am I too old for this? I ask myself that very same question no less than 400 times a day, and through the years, the filter which dictates my choices gets thinner and thinner. Because you see, the whole point of aging is to beat the life out of you. And as such, all of us must confront the inevitable prospect that, yes, I am, in fact, too old for this. Case Case in point, you people remember Phillip Rivers, the big 6'5" #1 draft pick for the San Diego Chargers all the way back in 2004? Boy, I sure do. That young man had a lot of promise, but after 17 years in the NFL, he decided that he was, in fact, too old for any of that. That was 5 years ago. Today, the Indianapolis Colts, the team which he finished his career with 5 years ago, are considering pulling Phillip Rivers out of retirement and possibly thrusting him to becoming the team's starting quarterback this weekend. Sound like an act of desperation? It is. You see, over the weekend, the Colts lost starting quarterback Daniel Jones for the remainder of the season with a torn Achilles. Their backup quarterback, Anthony Richardson Sr., is on injured reserve with an orbital fracture, and their third-string guy, Riley Leonard, is also tied up with a knee injury of his own. That leaves nobody. Now, Phillips is a 44-year-old man who has not played football in 5 years. If he gets signed by the Colts and plays this Sunday, he will be third on the all-time list for the longest stretch in between NFL starts in league history at 1,800 days. It would also reset the clock of his Hall of Fame eligibility, which I don't believe is much of a consideration for anyone involved at this point. The question is Phillip Rivers still too old for this? Well, I'd be more than happy to give you the correct answer, but since the Colts appear to be desperate enough to call in a potentially out of shape, out of practice, 44-year-old man who's 5 years removed from being too old the first time around, I'm going to let them figure it out for themselves. Because if it works, then the Patriots might as well sign Steve Brogan and Matt Cavanaugh to come out of retirement just in case. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Drill and impact driver kit. Does yours kick ass? Well, this one does. What a deal. The DeWalt 20-volt max drill and impact driver kit with rapid load drilling and driving set. $149 at Rocky's. You're saving $70 at your neighborhood Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102, Springfield.
To Springfield's Classic Rock at 6:14. And Guns N' Roses with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It's going to be cold today with a high of 29. Tomorrow, things start to warm up. A high of 42.
Wow.
Can you believe
It's
that?
going to feel like beach weather.
It is a beautiful 9 degrees in downtown Springfield. A couple of different things. Do you like mushrooms?
To eat or like recreationally?
Well, I mean, have you ever had the recreational mushroom before?
No, actually, I have not really been involved in that. But if I'm going to eat mushrooms, I got no problem with that.
Yeah. Well, people, there's this whole big resurgence of the healthiness of mushrooms, and it's not just the psychedelic ones that people are foraging. They're going out and they're getting wild mushrooms in the wild.
You actually know some people that are growing their own mushrooms.
Okay, growing your own.
Like they have like a whole like mushroom farm.
Okay, but those are probably safe, I'm sure.
Probably, yes.
Right? Officials in California are urging people not to forage for wild mushrooms after a rise in poisoning cases caused at least one death. The California Poison Control System has identified 21 cases of amatoxin poisoning clustered in Northern California, likely resulting from death cap mushrooms, the State Department of Public Health said. The poisoning resulted in severe liver damage in several people, including children, and at least one of the patients may need a liver transplant. Death cap mushrooms can easily be mistaken for safe edible mushrooms because of their similar taste, smell, and appearance. How dumb do you got to be to go out in the wild and just grab mushrooms in the woods? This is what these people are doing. They're foraging for food.
Doesn't everybody get told, don't eat the mushrooms because you could get sick? Make you stupid, ruin your life. You don't know what's growing out of the ground.
Yeah.
First of all, they grow in dirt, and then secondly, animals may relieve themselves in those mushrooms. They could be poisonous. No, thank you. I'd rather get mushrooms in the natural environment, in the produce section of Big Y.
Well, that's what I'm getting at, and it's like how far are you willing to go to do your healthy brain, because it's supposed to be like these spores and stuff are good for your brain and your cognitive function and all this stuff. But there's always this chance that you're not going to make it,
I mean, you could make that argument about any food. You don't know if you have got some sort of, allergy to something you've never tried before. But, I mean, again, you gotta know that what you're putting in your mouth is safe.
That's what I mean. I mean, it's safe being okay. Go to an organic, like a co-op store or something where they're locally grown or
Right.
But to walk out into the middle of the woods and just start, oh look, and if you can't identify it, that's what they're saying. These death cap mushrooms look very much similar to these other mushrooms that are.
Well, you know what they have out there? I mean, you've probably seen these things. I don't know if it's like a Google function or whatever, but they have these apps where you take a picture of a plant, and the app tells you what the plant is. It may tell you what kind of disease maybe it has or whatever. And those are great, but no one's necessarily putting all those plants in your mouth.
Right. But,
and you don't know whether or not you're getting good information or not.
And those apps have a disclaimer saying, hey, by the way, this ain't 100% accurate. Just so you know.
It should also be a disclaimer. I wouldn't eat that if I were you.
I think it does, actually. Don't
does
eat
it?
that.
Don't eat that?
I've used this one called Plant Identify and stuff because when I moved into my house, the previous owner had a lot of different trees and stuff that I had never seen before, and it was helpful in identifying some of it. But some of the stuff it doesn't know what it is. So if you're If a human can mistake a death cap mushroom for a regular mushroom, how good is the AI version of that? It's probably just as good or stupid as a human.
Yeah.
Trying to figure this out.
I mean, for all you know, maybe someone hasn't entered in the right information about the death cap mushroom.
The death cap mushroom is never safe to eat, even if it's boiled, dried, frozen, or cooked. Eating the deadly mushrooms can cause watery diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, and dehydration within 6 to 24 hours.
I got to tell you, I've seen those kinds of mushrooms out there. I've seen those kinds.
You and your wife go foraging for mushrooms when you're out hiking in the woods?
We're not really foragers. We're not real hunter-gatherers.
You're not, you never had the hunter-gathering bug in you to do that?
To the best of my knowledge, no. Never.
And although symptoms may initially wane, severe or fatal liver damage can still occur up to 8 days later.
All right, but what if they're really delicious?
Well, see, that's the thing. That's where you have to. That's your conflict that you have in your mind. Like, I know these could be deadly, but they're so good.
Yeah, that's why I always serve this cream of liver damage soup.
This is why I'm eating these mushrooms, because if it's the last thing I'm going to eat, at least I had a good meal. I just
that really sticks to your ribs, all of that liver damage.
I mean, I understand, that there are methods out there to live a healthier life by not taking, synthetic drugs or things like that. But there's a cost that comes along with this. And here is a prime example of people who are we got to be healthy. And then you wind up getting poisonous mushrooms.
Well, this is why you also don't. I mean, listen, this is why you don't necessarily eat berries off a bush that you can't confirm is okay to eat. It's the reason why they tell you, not to eat animals that seem that are now dead in the woods because you don't know what the cause of the death may be, and it could be toxic to you. I mean, you got to use your common sense. I mean, unless it's a matter of survival.
Yeah.
Like you're lost in the woods and all you can eat are nuts and berries until someone rescues you, then I suppose you can take that kind of chance. But if you're just out there, dicking around the woods, bring a snack.
Right, because that's not what this is. This isn't people starving to death and, oh my God, I got to get something in me. It's, I read this thing online on a forum that some guy claimed he was a doctor and saying, hey, these mushrooms are good for you. I saw
a TikTok video that said these are perfectly fine to eat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People take advice from the internet as if it's like, the holy Bible of
Yeah, it's really the worst way and place to get any information.
I was going to try why was the mushroom invited to the party?
I don't know, Steve. Why was the mushroom invited to the party?
Because he was a fun guy. And why did the mushroom leave the party?
I don't know.
Because there wasn't mushroom.
See, now that's the kind of broad comedy you can expect for a $20 dinner and a comedy show this Thursday night.
Or a guy who's opening for T.J. Miller.
Yeah, that's right. In Buffalo and Syracuse.
That was the thing that got me the gig. The dad joke. Oh, the dad jokes really drove it home.
That's the one joke he didn't think he needed to help you with.
That's right.
It's 622 on Rock 102. Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 628, and Jimi Hendrix and Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Liam will have the full forecast for you.
Real quick, this week on Baxi's Musical Podcast, my guest has been Derek Ogrodny. He is the owner of Heavy Medication Records. It's a record label that's actually out of Poland. He's an American that moved there about 30 years ago. He's also the guy that started MTV Poland and also brought Nickelodeon and Comedy Central to Warsaw TV as well. Really interesting guy, really fascinating interview. You can hear it on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, the Rock 102 YouTube channel, rock102.com, as well as the app, brought to you by Metro Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram at Chicopee, and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
I listened to that yesterday. It was very good.
You listened to it?
I did.
He was
I
really,
listened to your stuff.
I got to tell you, I got a couple coming up. I did one yesterday. I don't want to say who it is, but it was so freaking great. That's probably going to be coming up right after the first of the year. But I got a couple of them that are really, really cool.
That MTV Poland one was pretty good.
He was interesting.
I thought he
really
was going to be
guy.
Polish. I was expecting a Polish man.
He's a guy from Chicago.
Yeah,
who just decided, you know what? I got an opportunity to go to Poland. I think I'm going to take it. I'll stay here 6 months and see what happens.
No.
30 years later, now he's got a record label and he's a TV producer.
Yeah, it was a good
Fascinating story.
Good episode.
Thank you.
Definitely take a listen to it.
Appreciate it.
You ready to laugh or
Yes.
what? All right, let's do it.
It's Bax and Nagle's Joke of the Day
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you,
on Rock 102,
I make you laugh.
Springfield's Classic Rock.
So I bought this Russian advent calendar.
Yeah.
Every time you open a window, an oligarch falls out. In Soviet Russia, party opens you. Where is it?
Bax and Nagle in the morning on Rock 102.
3 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Big Y, your family market. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. Springfield police spokesman Ryan Walsh stated that police were called. Hang on a second. This thing is. I'm sorry. I have a big giant pop-up in the window blocking the story. There you go. Three individuals who were found dead at a residence on State Street in Springfield have been identified. The three individuals, Kamiko Shingbaga, Shavin Pampana, and Kung Kenjumang, were found dead in a Springfield residence on November 25th of 2025, and Kenjumang believed to have fatally stabbed the other two before taking his own life. Springfield police spokesman Ryan Walsh stated that police were called around 9:50 a.m. on November 25th to a home located at 1448 State Street for a reported stabbing victim. When officials entered the home, 3 people were found dead, 2 adult men and an adult woman. On Monday, the Hampden County DA's office states that the incident involved a double homicide-suicide, and as they have been identified, Kenjumang is believed to have stabbed both victims before taking his own life. The investigation is being conducted by the Springfield Department's Homicide Unit in conjunction with the Hampden DA's Murder Unit. Let's see. These stupid pop-ups.
What's going on with your computer today?
I don't know. I have
Don't
no
you have
idea.
your pop-up blocker on?
My pop blocker?
You need to be-
I've
you
had
need
that
to-
happen before.
You need to be pop-blocked.
Old Westfield Road in Granville was temporarily closed on Sunday as crews put out a vehicle fire on the Granville-Westfield town line. The Granville Fire Department stated that just before 1 p.m. on Sunday, firefighters received a report regarding a motor vehicle fire. Crews arrived near the Westfield town line and located the pickup truck, which the driver had already safely exited. Firefighters were able to quickly put out the fire and prevent the flames from spreading to nearby utility poles and wooded areas. 3 tires on the pickup truck burst, but no one was injured. Old Westfield Road was closed during the incident, but was reopened shortly afterwards. Granville Fire is reminding the public to ensure that vehicles are in proper working order without any dripping or leaking fluids and nothing wrapping around the exhaust that may combust. Those who face this type of incident are urged to calmly move their vehicle to the side of the road. If you got flames shooting out the hood, it's hard to keep your composure and safely pull the vehicle over, but you kind of have to do that.
You know, I don't know how you are in a crisis. When I see things like explode or, you get set on fire, I don't react in a calm way. I'm a little jumpy.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That's just me.
Well, most people would probably be the same way.
That's right. That's why I'm not a first responder. Other than like during like the COVID pandemic when we were listed as first responders, which is like the stupid. I should be like the last responder.
It's like kind of like an airplane when they were telling everybody remain calm and take your crash positions, and everybody's like, and they all start freaking out and their legs are up in the air.
That's exactly what I would do.
You know, it's not sitting and crouching your head between your legs kind of thing. Enfield Animal Control is seeking information after 4 pussy cats were found in a filthy carrier on the side of a roadway. Your pussy cat is dirty. You need to wash that pussy cat.
No one wants a dirty pussy cat.
The Enfield police states that the 4 pussy cats were found on Monday covered in feces with no food or water. If you have any information or recognize these pussy cats, you are asked to contact the animal control by emailing DYOHO at enfield.org.
Can I ask a dumb question?
You always ask dumb questions.
Well, there's another one for you.
What?
I have to assume that once these cats are taken into some sort of protective custody, that they must somehow be washed.
Yes.
Like a bath.
Mm-hmm.
In a case like this, how do you give a cat a bath if the fur is going to be sticking to your tongue? This is the thing I don't understand. How are they going to clean these cats off?
Well, how do most people clean their pussy cats? You get a scent of summer's eve on there, you're all good.
And this time of year, you're lucky if you got a winter's breeze.
Well, it's what is it? What's the candle we got from the Bright Nights Ball? The Midsummer Nights, or Midnight. What is it? I don't even know what it's called.
I don't really know, but I mean, you got to clean that thing off somehow.
A Midsummer Night's Eve pussy cat, smelling fresh. Have your pussy cat been hanging around a vinegar tank?
I don't want to be the one to have to dip that pussy cat in some sort of ammonia or I don't know, some sort of cleaning solution.
I don't think they use ammonia to clean the pussy cat.
I don't even know. I mean, what kind of wash cycle do you put them in?
I believe it's vinegar and water.
I don't know that to be true.
They just package it in a box and call it Summer's Eve. And they charge 3 times as much as it would be if you just took cleaning vinegar and did it yourself. Yeah, all these products that you could make at your own, and we're overpaying at the you have all the ingredients that you need. A little baking soda, a little vinegar.
How come there's not any TikTok hacks about how to clean off a pussy cat?
I don't know, but you ever put baking soda and vinegar on a pussy cat?
It starts to bubble and everything?
Starts to foam at the mouth? Is your pussy cat foaming at the mouth? That means it's getting clean. Anywho,
this pussy cat is completely spotless.
Yaire Delights Bakery and Restaurant in Holyoke opened its doors for business Monday, offering a variety of breakfast and lunch options.
And I don't see a single one here.
Located on Sargent Street, Yaire Delights, I think it's Jireh. I don't know if that's Yaire.
The J is probably silent, but I don't know that to be true.
It's owned by Ismarie and Manuel Rivera, a Christian family originally from Puerto Rico. They have brought their love for pastry making and traditional dishes to the community. I made a video yesterday of me eating panda meat from that place in Westfield.
I saw that video and I was intrigued. First of all, you mentioned the business by name, and then secondly, I don't believe it's actually panda meat.
It's empandas. That's what they're selling there.
No, Steve. They're empanadas.
Okay, now you're just splitting hairs.
I don't believe I am.
Yeah.
I believe I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt by saying maybe you just didn't know what an empanada is, but an empanada is not made with panda meat.
I had our friend Eddie Diesel, the Springfield cop who's the comedian.
Yes.
He wrote on my TikTok, "I seriously hate you for this."
I mean, I happen to love empanadas, and I know
it's pandas.
It's not pandas.
Yes, it is. It's panda meat.
Not
it's delicious.
Panda. Usually chicken or beef, maybe pork, perhaps, but not panda.
So listen, obviously I'm joking. I know it's empanada. but we need to be blended everywhere, so I needed to make a video. So when I stopped and got one. Here's the thing about this place, this Hampton Ponds Market.
Yeah.
They have like some of the best prepared foods around. It's a grocery store. It's a full-on grocery store. But then the family that owns it, of Latin origin, I don't know, what country they're from, but they have all this like, Spanish food and stuff there. It's really freaking good, and it's they post a menu every day on their Facebook page of what they have for the hot bar ready.
Yeah.
And yesterday they had it was like corned beef, like fried crispy corned beef rolls.
Oh my God.
They were so good.
Stop it.
And the panda meat.
Empanadas.
Yeah, they have a variety of those. But here's the thing, you got to get there between like 11 and 12:30 because all of it goes. Like that's how many people go in there to get the prepared food, and she only makes so much of it, and it's gone. It's actually a pretty good business model.
You're in a good place where by 4:00 in the afternoon,
yeah,
there's nothing left for you.
Yeah.
You know that's a damn fine place when people are going there and it's all sold out.
I've also gotten these rotisserie chickens from there, and they're like, it's not like the cheap $5, Costco one, but it's like $9, but it's bigger, and there's one that's like a garlic lemon one.
Yeah.
Oh
my God.
man, garlic lemon
Stop
pepper. It is. It's very good.
Now let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Here you are doing a TikTok video yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay. About panda meat.
Panda meat.
Now you bought this empanada at this place.
And panda. Yeah.
And you're probably going to go back. After making this video, are you worried that they may ban you from this place, having planted a seed in people's heads that they're serving panda in an empanada?
Do you think maybe me talking about it and people going in there going, I can't believe this idiot was calling it panda meat? I'll take 10 of those, please. Don't you think that
can't believe these empanadas with the panda meat are so cheap? It's such a rare animal.
I mean, it was really just a reflection of ignorance on my part.
Right.
That's the reason why I do these stupid videos, because we need clout for the radio station, so we can have some guy that people don't even recognize pop up on a video every once in a while going, "Is your sales doing well?"
So anyway, it's not panda meat.
It's not panda meat. I know
it
it's
looks
not
delicious
panda
though.
meat. I like to riz people sometimes.
I know you do, Steve. You're I don't want to say confrontational, but you are an agitator.
And by all means, my Latin friends have called me I don't know if I can say the word.
What does it rhyme with?
Well, it's the equivalent of D-head.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. So,
right.
That's nice when you get texts in the afternoon going, you pen, you know what.
Well, listen, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Well, it's just that's the way we roll around here. By the way, this place the Puerto Rican bakery, located on Sargent Street. JIREH Delights.
Well, I would love to talk about them, but without having any of their products here in front of me, I find it hard to do so.
Is the Little San Juan Bakery open somewhere else? Because it was gone next to the open pantry when we went down there last week.
I didn't even think about that, but you're right.
They had the best pork sandwiches on that Puerto Rican bread, and I liked it with lettuce, tomato, and mayonnaise, even though that's probably a sin somewhere. But I liked it that way, and I wish I could find that again, because that was a good sandwich, a damn good sandwich.
And yet, 6:45 in the morning, I see none of it in front of us.
I don't know. I think Marty got a present from the Hawkman over there, and we can open that. I'm sure it's food.
It's probably more Sweet and Lows.
No, it's not.
It's not?
No.
Well,
I already asked Marty. I opened the box. I'm not going to tell him what it is, though, even though we could eat it right now.
What is it?
It's a box of Ferrero Rochers.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Huh. Can we just assume that he's got a nut allergy and can't eat them himself?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah. I don't know. I've seen Marty plenty of times. I don't think he has a nut allergy, if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be Cloudy with a high of 29. Tomorrow, things start to warm up. High of 42. It is 8 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
Down
To Springfield's Classic Rock at 6:53. And Blue Oyster Cult with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Gonna be cold today, cloudy with a high of 29. Tomorrow, though, things start to warm up, high of 42. It is 8 right now in downtown Springfield. I don't get people online. Like, I guess because you're sitting behind a keyboard, you feel like some sort of empowerment that you can say anything that you want and not seemingly face any repercussions for it.
Of course.
The people, I've noticed, like, because we got Natalie here at nighttime here at Rock 102, Natalie Knowles, and the creepers that come out of the woodwork. Hey, beautiful. Hey, cutie. She's a cutie. Why don't you come over and why don't you come over to my house and show me what you're talking about? Has that ever worked for anybody?
Well, I can tell you this. It ain't going to work for her. And you creepy little bastards to think that you can get away with that kind of thing without the scrutiny of everybody here, because we can all look at the comments. You're a bunch of creeps.
And that's another thing. Like, it's not like you're even doing this privately. You're publicly showing who you are.
Yeah, see, the Rock 102 TikTok page gets seen by everybody here at Rock 102. All the comments, every DM, everything. We all get to see it.
Man, you are absolutely gorgeous. Ooh, yeah.
You are absolutely a freaking creep.
And I can't imagine too many women out there are going to go, ooh, I got to click on his profile and talk to him right away.
No, when in fact, if they click on that profile, it's not to see who's this hot snack that's messaging me. It's usually to see, I wonder if this guy's on some sort of sex offender registry.
Well, that's usually how it works. That's where they come from.
I'm going to do a search on this guy to see what kind of stay away orders are against him by the courts.
I don't really comment on a lot of stuff on social media, like unless it's like really funny or something like that, and I'll join in the conversation. But most of it is like political garbage that everybody thinks they're right about something. And that's both ways that goes. That's not like a one-sided thing. Like everybody has this, this is, whatever the argument is. But the, I'll comment maybe on a joke or something like that. But for the most part, I stay out of it because it's more amusing to watch other people eat their own S in a comment section than it is to participate in the comment section.
This is just me speaking, but I have never, that I can recall, left a comment or message for somebody simply because I may have thought they were attractive.
Yeah,
or never left a comment or a message to someone thinking that somehow I got a chance.
The only time I did that was years ago when there was like this influx of live videos happening. And it was like the feed on Facebook was showing me things that I don't even know why I'm seeing this. And it was like this lady selling purses.
Right.
And she was like auctioning off purses. And I'm like, I just wrote, "What's your digits, boo?" And she and then all these other women chimed in going, "Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Get away, creeper!" All that. But that's the kind of that's what I'm talking about.
I know.
Do people do you not realize that when you're leaving comments like that you're never gonna get interest from the target of what you're writing to, who you're writing to,
and people do look at your profiles to see what kind of creep you really are.
Yeah.
So, like, if they click on your profile and they see that your profile picture is you on a couch without a shirt, you're pretty much saying, that's right, I am in fact a creep.
Well, it's just like those people who criticize us for our looks they call us overweight or we're ugly or
you got
whatever.
a face for radio. That's one of my favorites.
And then you click on their picture, and you're absolutely right. It's like a centerfold on the sofa calendar this year?
So let me get this right. You, Quasimodo's cousin, the one that looks like they were dipped in an industrial accident, are criticizing me because I happen to have a few pounds around the middle.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I'm saying?
I'm talking about.
Who are you to be critical of me when you look like something that should be in a textbook somewhere?
I wish I could tell
like in
you.
a medical textbook.
I wish I could tell you the best comment that I've ever seen. Best comment meaning, oh my God, I can't believe this guy wrote this. But it's I can't speak it on the air. It was a woman who was like, she had cleavage, and then he wrote something that was like completely inappropriate. But I'm like, you know what? That took a lot of balls to write that, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
At least you're if you practice hard enough, maybe you'll get it right someday.
If only the world worked that way for
right.
you. It's 6:59. Mike Quincy from Consumer Reports joining us in just a few minutes on Rock 102.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Winter Storm headquarters before and after the storm.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, as you know, I'm not a gambler. Far too attached to the paltry scraps of my heavily garnished paycheck to waste it all on games of chance. However, I know plenty of people who do, and when that itch needs scratching, there's almost nothing you can do to stop it, especially if you happen to have inside information that is more reliable than your everyday hunch. Unfortunately, when it comes to sports gambling, obtaining, providing, and utilizing such information is seen as a violation of the law. Why? I don't know. I didn't make up the rules. Yesterday, former Boston Celtic first-round draft pick Terry Rozier pleaded not guilty to charges of wire fraud and money laundering. Rozier, who had been playing for the Miami Heat at the time of his arrest, was one of 30 people busted in an illegal sports gambling operation. In Rozier's case, he was arrested for allegedly providing information to gamblers that he intended to leave a game while playing for the Charlotte Hornets against New Orleans with an alleged injury. This information allowed gamblers to place prop bets on his performance. Yesterday, Rozier, who was free on $3 million bond, was instructed by the judge to refrain from gambling, owning a firearm, or contacting any victims or co-defendants in the case. His next appearance in court has been scheduled for March 3rd. Now, I realize that using inside information is illegal, and that intentionally walking off the court to satisfy the needs of your wager-making friends is also against the law. But is anyone really all that surprised that there may be a handful of people involved in sports gambling who may not be on the up and up? Is anyone really shocked that there may be some folks whose intentions in providing such information are not operating within the limits of that carefully crafted gaming legislation? Because I gotta tell you, I can't see how anyone didn't see this coming. In fact, I'll bet you $100 it's gonna happen again. Not that I have any inside information, I just got a hunch. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Hey, you need one more string of lights? Maybe two? Well, you're in luck. All holiday lighting is now 20% off at Rocky's. So light the place up, indoors and out. Holiday lights, 20% off at your neighborhood Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102, Springfield's
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 7:12 and Pat Benatar with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be cloudy today with a high of 29. Tomorrow, warming up with a high of 42. It is 8 right now in downtown Springfield.
You know, if you're buying a car, I'm sure you want to know, hey, am I getting a good car or am I getting a steel death trap? Sometimes it's hard to figure out, and that's why Mike Quincy of Consumer Reports is on the phone. Good morning, Michael. How you doing?
Hey, guys. How's it going this morning?
It's going good. So which one's the steel death trap, man?
Well, let's start with the EVs, which have not done so well in Consumer Reports reliability rankings, as well as plug-in hybrids. And the main reason here is that this is relatively new technology for most manufacturers, and so they're still kind of working out the bugs. Now, I wouldn't call it a steel death trap, but if you're looking for a more reliable vehicle, I would go with a regular hybrid model over a plug-in or an EV, although there are some EVs that are relatively reliable.
All right, what about an aluminum fiberglass death trap?
Yeah, well, that could like collapse like an accordion.
Well, let's see. Aluminum. There's a lot of aluminum in some of the Ford F-150s. Fiberglass. That's the Corvette. The Corvette still has fiberglass body panels, so it's all covered.
You know, the big article that we're talking about from Consumer Reports, which brands make the best cars? You guys rated 31 brands, you know, reliability, owner satisfaction, safety, and road test scores. And there's a lot of movement, in this list. I know you guys do this every year. What brand would you say had the best increase, like the best trajectory over in 2025?
Well, it's a brand that you wouldn't normally think of. It kind of flies under the radar, and that's Lincoln. This is Ford's luxury arm, and the reason that they jumped up 17 points over last year's ranking is they have a relatively aging model line, but that's actually good when it comes to reliability. So a number of the older Lincoln models are holding together well, and also Lincoln and Ford rank pretty well for overall cost of ownership over a 10-year period. Parts aren't too expensive. Lincoln shares a whole bunch of parts with Ford, so that's good on the affordability side, and that's really what people are most concerned with these days. The average price of a new car is over $50,000, like for the first time ever. So people are super concerned about affordability.
But it's interesting because when you talk about Lincoln, and I'm looking at the list here, Lincoln is getting the same scores as Toyota and Lexus, which are, historically very reliable vehicles. And now Lincoln is up at that level. They're the seventh ranked, brand of the entire list.
Yeah, I mean they've done a good job. I mean Ford has also seen a number of gains. Ford had the unfortunate situation of their F-150 and F-150 hybrid. I mean, like the most popular nameplate in sales forever in the United States. And Mr. Nagle might be able to weigh in on this because he had some issues of his own with his F-150. But Ford took our reliability information, went back to the drawing board, and made a bunch of changes. And a number of Ford and Lincoln models now are recommended because they improved reliability.
One of the things about that F-150, and that was a 2016. So they had to make the vehicle lighter. Not only was it the aluminum body to it, but the oil pan was plastic. Did you know that?
Yeah, I didn't know that, but that doesn't sound like a good idea to me.
No, and that was one of the things. It's like they said when I brought it in, they're like, oh yeah, a rock must have hit it or something. And it was under warranty, luckily, that that it would be fixed, but the idea that you're how light can you make something without it compromising the rest of the structure of the vehicle?
Yeah, I mean, something has to give. I mean, with engines these days, they're using higher compression, lighter weight oils, and Toyota, who's had a great reputation for reliability, has had all kinds of issues with this approach, and have had to replace a number of engines in their Tacoma and Tundra pickup trucks. Now, these also were done under a recall, so which Consumer Reports doesn't count against reliability. But you're right. There's just so much you can take out of a vehicle before other stuff starts to break.
This is Mike Quincy from Consumer Reports. I'm looking at the list. There's two brands that probably lost the most in this list. There's Audi, and then there's Chrysler. Audi dropped down 10 points. Chrysler dropped down 9. No other brands had that kind of loss. What's going on with those two companies?
Audi was hurt by reliability. Their new EVs have taken a total nosedive, but they were also hurt because they took out their Audi A4 sedan. They stopped making that. That was a traditionally reliable model, and when you take out one of the major reliable performers in your model line, that will hurt your standing. So and Chrysler is just Chrysler. I don't know. They've been struggling for a long time. They really have only one vehicle in their product lineup, and that's the Pacifica minivan, and they also have the Pacifica plug-in hybrid minivan, and it's had problems since day one. So it's too bad because the minivan drives pretty well. It's comfortable. It's quiet. We love the plug-in availability of getting some all-electric miles, but I wouldn't buy one because there's just years and years of poor reliability.
But the interesting part about it is on road testing. Audi was one of the higher rated brands, and even Chrysler wasn't that bad. You had an 83 and an 86. Audi had an 86, and Chrysler had the 83. On the road, they're not that bad.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's kind of the Consumer Reports ratings and reliability and road tests. When you're going to buy a car, you kind of take all of this information in, whether it's you're looking for a high road test score or predictive reliability is highest on your list, or you're just interested in owner satisfaction. People that buy their car, and Consumer Reports ask our members, would you buy the car again? And that can be a heavy factor of that. I mean, the best story of that is Rivian. Rivian is a relatively new electric vehicle manufacturer. They have two models, the RS1 and the RST. It's an SUV and a pickup truck. The reliability is terrible. It's absolutely horrible. But they rank among the highest for owner satisfaction. So the owners love them, but they freely admit they've got lots of problems. And that's kind of a balancing act that every car buyer needs to take into account. It's like, well, I really like the car, but it's probably not going to be that reliable, but I really like it, and sometimes that drives the decision. They like the styling, they like the look, they want a Land Rover Defender, even though the 10-year cost of ownership is through the roof, but you want what you want.
That's like saying, my boyfriend's going to jail, but he always treated me nice.
Right, he said he loved me.
What are
He
you
was
talking
so
about?
good to me.
So,
I guess it's we can't really just tell people you can't love a car, but with Consumer Reports information, you just go into it with your eyes open.
Now, there are two clear winners on this list, Subaru and BMW, and that has not changed at all from last year, then followed up by Porsche, Honda, and Toyota. Tell us about the Subaru and the BMW. What puts them on the top?
The interesting fact of those two manufacturers is they're not doing radical redesigns. In other words, they're not bringing in all this brand new technology, new drivetrains. They use relatively older, proven engines, transmissions, infotainment systems, and year in and year out, they perfect it. And they don't make radical changes, and that's really the key to reliability. I mean, that is what has put Toyota on the map over the past 40 years. They keep reusing the same old engines, and that sounds kind of negative. It sounds like a bummer, but it really isn't, because if you have a solid, proven engine that's fuel efficient and it's reliable, that will make your car more reliable than the latest tech. And BMW and Subaru have that down to a science.
Right. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, right, but people are always like aching for the newest. I want the newest. I want the latest. But sometimes that is absolutely the worst approach to take when you're buying a car. Consumer Reports sees the highest, the worst reliability in new models and redesigned models. It's always better to wait a year or two during the production cycle before you dive into a brand new model.
This is why we need to bring back the Yugo.
Talk about old tech, boy. I'll tell you.
That's what I'm saying.
But listen, the Yugoslavians had it back then, didn't they?
They had their claim to fame was the cheapest new car sold in America at the time. And this is 88, 89, 90 or something like that. They were absolutely miserable. And I don't just because it's the least expensive, it's just a race to the bottom.
Well, I mean, we could bring them back and make them a little bit better than they were before.
I mean, if you can manufacture a car that is affordable and reliable, I think the United States buyers would just beat a path to your door, because right now, hardly anything is affordable.
And one more question in the spirit of our late friend John O'Brien: when are we getting flying cars?
He was all about flying cars and self-driving cars, and he thought they were just around the corner. And every time he asked that question, I'd say, John, not happening anytime soon.
Yeah.
I'm sorry he didn't live to see that.
Never lived to see the day of those.
These road-hugging cars will be the death of me.
He clung to that Jeep Grand Cherokee forever, and even when it was braking and just bleeding every ounce of oil and cool, and he's like, "No, it's okay. I'm going to fix it. It's going to be fine." I'm like, "Oh boy, okay."
Well, hey, it lasted as long as it did.
Yeah.
Listen, he beat it into the ground, even if it only took 6 months to do.
Quite literally.
Again, you can check out Mike Quincy on Consumer Reports. He writes in the car blog. He's on there all the time. Mike, it's great to talk to you. Have a great holiday.
Thanks so much for having me on, guys.
Thanks,
you bet. Mike Quincy from Consumer Reports. It's 7:24 on Rock 102. It's 7:26 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Liam will have the full forecast for you.
Rock 102's Pro Picks Pool is underway at rock102.com. Your Call Football. Weekly winners score a $50 gift certificate to Vanish Valley Brewing Company. And the overall season winner gets a $500 cash card courtesy of Nor'easter Organic Life Hydroponics. So check the stats, go with your gut, and play Rock 102's Pro Picks Pool from Nor'easter Organic Life Hydroponics and Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
When was the last time you were at a TGI Fridays?
I saw this story, and it has been a long time, and as a result of what I've read this morning, it will be even twice as long before I go back.
Was it the longest since the mice first left the old mice droppings? That's how the story starts. Quote, old mice droppings, unquote, found on booths at a TGI Fridays in Boston was one of multiple problems health inspectors found earlier this month.
Now, how do they know they're old? I mean, do they do like carbon dating on these things, or what do they do?
Well, it's not fresh. It's not soft. It's hard, and it's.
Well, this one's just right.
This one's just right. Issues with mice were previously noted in multiple health inspections for TGI Fridays, located in Roxbury, according to the city. Other issues at the Roxbury location, including a soiled microwave and heavily soiled dishwasher, have been noted in health inspections throughout the year. You do have to clean the inside of the dishwasher.
Oh, now you tell us.
As industrial as those things are, they're my experience from my youth washing dishes when the newfounded technology came along where you put the dish rack in the thing and you close the lever on it.
Right.
The dishes are done in like 90 seconds. But the problem is that after doing a whole night's worth of work on that, you have to clean it out every single night because all that residue gets on the bottom of the dishwasher, and these folks were not doing that. TGI Friday says it's working on fixing the issues. You have, 6 restaurants left? What do you need to work on?
All you really need is a roll of paper towels, and you could probably do a fairly decent job of getting that thing back in order.
We take this matter very seriously. So seriously, we left these droppings here for a long time to keep reminding us that we need to clean.
But now we're going to get serious about cleaning this place up.
In July, health inspectors saw the ice machine and microwaves were soiled inside and outside. That's another thing that is very imperative that you clean is the ice machine. When those things sit for a while, you're not really recycling the ice because you're scooping the ice, and let's say you only use half the thing of ice.
Right.
And if you're letting it go until the next day or even week with new ice on top of it, all that stuff is collecting at the bottom of the ice machine, and it leaves like this film of bacteria and all this other stuff. This is why it's gross.
This is why every time I've seen, what is that the name of that show? Bar Rescue?
Yeah.
Every time I see like an episode of that, it makes me never want to leave the house again. Because it's like, you go into an establishment under the assumption that it's cleanly, that the kitchen is clean, that the booze bottles have been, is switched out. But what you wind up getting in a lot of places is the exact opposite of that.
Listen,
it's like neglect and gross, you just a lackadaisical effort to keep this place clean and healthy.
I worked in quite a few restaurant establishments in my youth. It was like the job to have dishwasher, the kind of thing.
Sure.
Let me tell you something. Even some of the there's this place up in New York State that it's supposedly a 5-star, rated, place because it's bougie and it's, they got,
right,
all these high-end meals and all that stuff. You wouldn't want to eat there.
Yeah.
If you knew what was going on in the back. And it's not purposely done. It's just there's so much going on that people don't have time to clean things on a busy Friday or a Saturday night. So you don't know what you're getting when it comes out of the, the dishes might not be completely clean.
But you're probably eating like a higher grade mouse dropping.
Yeah, exactly.
At a place like that.
The bougie, like Stuart Huge, not Stuart Little.
These are Wagyu quality mouse droppings.
Yeah, exactly. So just to keep that in mind, though. And I'm not saying that about every restaurant, but you don't really. I would look at a health inspection report before going to a place.
You wouldn't do that.
I do that.
You do that?
I do that.
Really?
I do.
So you're the only guy in America that probably does that.
Why? You wouldn't do that to make sure that the
when I'm investigating whether I want to go to a restaurant, I'm looking at the menu only.
You're not thinking about the quality or the cleanliness of a place?
I just assume. They're professionals.
You just assume. I guess maybe because I've seen a thing or two and have known a thing or two that you got to make sure the health inspection's good. It's on city websites. You can go on any number of town websites and find the health inspection reports.
It's 7:32. We got news next on Rock 102.
Here's your
7:36 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. I'm reading a story here on Mass Live about this Daruma Japanese barbecue and sushi, brand new, opened in Holyoke. And I'm like, where is this? And it's 241 Whiting Farms Road, and I look at it. It's the old Applebee's. Somebody finally made an Applebee's into something positive by bringing a sushi and Japanese barbecue restaurant.
The funny part about it is there's plenty of people that won't eat sushi because the idea of raw fish makes them a little squeamish. But you would eat at an Applebee's?
Well, it's not an Applebee's anymore. It's the shell of the building.
I get it, but that's
Applebee's. That's what I was talking about months ago, about how like a lot of those places now, you can't even tell it was an Applebee's anymore. Historically, you would be able to tell what a McDonald's used to be or but now if you look at the design of these new places, they're basically just, just boxes of buildings. And they might have, they have the silver siding on it with the golden arches, which can easily be taken off if you wanted to get rid of that restaurant and sell the real estate. That was how they were making the restaurants more profitable. If they decide to close a McDonald's or decide to close one of these unique looking buildings, they're not unique anymore. You can put anything in there.
Right.
So it's
hey, listen, Applebee's locations are not so unique looking they couldn't be repurposed into something else.
I once ate raw fish at an Applebee's, but
that was
because it just wasn't cooked long enough.
it was still frozen in the middle, like you would expect.
Right. Let's see. Police have identified new details into the deadly hit-and-run crash in Springfield. The incident happened just before 6:30 p.m. on Friday when police were called to the area of Federal and State Streets after a pedestrian was hit. A woman whose identity has not been released later died from her injuries at the hospital. Over the weekend, Springfield police released images of the suspect's car after the driver fled the scene, and on Monday they provided an update to say that the driver has been identified, and they added that they thanked members of the public for their assistance. The case remains under investigation, but no word on who it is or why they decided to leave the scene. So let's see. The days are getting shorter, and for many people in New England, they might feel like they're getting longer too. Winter can be a tough time, and residents of the region face a higher risk of seasonal affective disorder than most Americans. Seasonal affective disorder, also known as SAD, is a form of depression that affects up to 20% of people in New England. That's it?
Yeah. But it's still...
I thought that would be more than that. That's according to Karen Rasaki, Chief Nursing Officer for Mira Vista Behavioral Health. That means people living in the region are more likely to experience symptoms than someone who lives further south. You might prepare your comfort food and settle in with a blanket and your favorite show, but then find yourself unable to eat or focus on the program.
It is a real thing.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that are very much affected by it, and even get a little relief from those light boxes.
Yeah.
You ever see one of those things? It's like a light that you can plug in. It's
supposed to emulate sunlight, right?
Yeah, and it does show some relief, but it is a real thing.
The higher rates in New England are linked to the region's distance from the equator. No one knows exactly what causes SAD, but one of the leading theories involves reduced sunlight exposure during the winter months. At the equator, sunlight hits the Earth directly, but in northern regions like New England, the light comes in at an angle, resulting in less direct sun exposure during the winter.
Well, that makes all the sense in the world.
It does.
I have the exact opposite affliction, and that is I actually get depressed when I have to go outside.
Yeah, I get it. I get,
I'm a classic indoorsman.
Yeah, so you're happier inside?
Much.
Even during the winter months?
Especially during the winter months.
I cannot wait to go back out onto the porch and have my coffee. But you can't do that in 8-degree weather.
Sure you could.
No, you can't.
Sure.
And it's also when it's, pitch black at 5 o'clock.
What are you, some sort of Nancy boy over there? What are you doing? Come on, of course you can go out there. In fact, I'd go out there in shorts and a T-shirt. What the heck?
Maybe if I had one of them space heaters, I could do it. You could,
yeah. That. Make sure you put it like right next to the drapes.
Well, that's usually...
Or like a can of accelerants.
So you've been to my house before.
Yes, right.
You've seen all the flammable liquids.
Oh, yeah.
Next to the space heater.
Every room.
One of the brass upstairs has one of those in his office.
Oh, really?
A space heater.
Well, down the hall where one of our production rooms is, that used to be an office, and because it's like there's like a bulkhead door, it got no heat, and so multiple people over the years using that office had a space heater in that room.
We can't kill one of the snakes that lives back there and use it as a doorstop to keep the flow of air coming through the bulkhead?
No, we can't.
I thought we were a team of innovators around here.
No, we couldn't. Listen, we couldn't improvise a fart after a bean dinner in this building.
I don't know. I think it might be a good idea to start using the livestock around here that we have roaming through the building, and using them as mice as a doorstop, snakes as the door, like the breeze thing.
Like, why should we wait for them to get into the walls to die when they can be doing so many productive things here in the studio?
Thank you for saying that. Somebody else finally agrees with me. Blood pressure medicine has been recalled because it may be cross-contaminated with another medication, according to reports. USA Today reported Glenmark Pharmaceuticals recalled more than 11,000 bottles of bisoprolol fumarate. It's under the brand name Zyac.
Okay.
Testing of reserve samples found traces of something. I don't know. It's a cholesterol medicine made in the blood pressure medicine. It's not supposed to be that way.
And you don't want it to be that way.
No. According to The Hill, the FDA said the recall packages are 30-count bottles, and they list all the numbers. The affected lot numbers were set to expire from November 25th through May 2026. The FDA said the medicine is not likely to cause adverse health consequences, but the agency has not said what patients should do if your medicine is affected by the recall.
Well, don't expect a refund.
Well, I mean, you probably should call your doctor and say, is there any other alternative that I should be on?
And your doctor will say, I'll be able to call you back with an answer in exactly 3 months.
Let me get the FDA on the phone. I'll be on hold for 36 days.
Press 1 if you'd like us to call us back in 6 months.
Let's see. It was 3 weeks before Christmas, and in the prison yard, a drone dropped a package was found by a guard. This is how this story starts out. You ready? The Associated Press says, with steak, weed, and crab legs, and cigarettes for days, and to season it all, a tin of Old Bay. The illicit meal was dropped into the Lee Correctional Institution prison yard by a drone, according to the South Carolina Department of Corrections. Set on the platform X with the hashtag Contraband Christmas. A photo from the Bishopville prison showed a raw steak still in the grocery store packing, crab legs and Old Bay with side plastic baggies of marijuana, and a couple of cartons of cigarettes. The drone was also seized Sunday morning. Prison officials said they are investigating and no arrests have been made. I'm guessing the inmates who are expecting the package are a little crabby. Wah, 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 wah.
This story's great.
Keeping contraband out of state prisons is a constant battle. People would toss or use a catapult to get packages of cell phones, drugs, or other illegal items over the perimeter of the fence until officials raised the fences, added netting at the top. People trying to smuggle things behind bars moved on to drones, leaving corrections officials to constantly patrol the prison yard and just outside for the tiny aircraft trying to drop the packages. Just flying a drone near a prison in South Carolina is a misdemeanor crime that carries up to 30 days in jail. Dropping contraband into prison is a felony and can land you behind bars for 10 years. So if you're thinking about doing it, I wonder what the penalty is here in, is there anybody dropping Randall's apple cider donuts over the fence at the Hampden County Correctional Facility?
I don't know, but if I were in the can, that's what I'd want.
What about some Bafanas? All the things that Ludlow has to offer. We should do a Bafana drop.
Oh my gosh!
We'll talk with Coachy. The Hampden County Bafana drop.
He would love that.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't know how the Bafana doesn't fall apart by the time it reaches the ground, but we'll figure that out.
I mean, is that kind of being cruel to the prisoners by dropping a bunch of Bafanas all over the place?
I don't think that's a cruel act at all. If anything, I think it's helping them.
Oh, it's Bafana Day.
Bafana's everywhere.
It's once a year. Bafana Day comes and like a bunch of drones fly over and drop all the Bafanas all over the prison yard.
You know what's going to happen though? It's going to be like one group of inmates. They're going to have all the Bafanas, and if you want a Bafana, you're going to have to do a thing or two in order to get that Bafana.
What kind of thing you got to do to get a Bafana?
Listen,
how far have you gone for a Bafana?
Listen. If I got to give a bunch of cigarettes to a guy with an extra Bafana, I'll do it.
What would you do for a Klondike bar? And also, what would you do for a Bafana dropped from a drone into the Hampden County prison yard?
It would have to be a hell of a Bafana.
Your Pioneer Valley, they're good.
They are really good.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today going to be cloudy with a high of 29. Tomorrow, more of the same with a high of 42. It is 9 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock. It's 7:53 in Led Zeppelin with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be cloudy today with a high of 29. Tomorrow, warming up, though, with a high of 42. Is it really? It's 9 in downtown Springfield.
I got 4. I don't know why I got 4. I got 4.
I typed in weather Springfield, Mass. from the Weather Channel, and it said 9 degrees.
Well, I got, interestingly enough, 9 on my Apple Watch, but 4 on my computer screen. I don't know what the hell's going on here.
What about 6, 7?
Oh, that would be cool, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, Bourbon Barbecue and Blues is coming back on Saturday, January 31st, brought to you by Dave Miner Exterior Home Improvements. If you've never been, it's a great time happening at the Log Cabin in Holyoke from 6 to 9. A night of great food, terrific drinks, and hot blues from Neil and the Vipers. It's a great night out. Multi-course meal, plus the bourbon tasting and all the music. The tickets are on sale now at rock102.com. Perfect holiday gift for the bourbon, barbecue, and or blues lover in your life. Have someone who loves all three. It's even better. Bourbon Barbecue and Blues, January 31st at the Log Cabin. Again, brought to you by Dave Miner Exterior Home Improvements and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
Speaking of which, In-N-Out Burger has officially retired the number 67 from
Really?
its ticket-ordered system amid the viral 67 trend.
But they probably kept 69 in there.
That's what I'm getting. Why? Because of this is the viral. People confirms that the West Coast burger chain has removed 6-7 from orders, much to the detriment of the throngs of adolescents who have been lining up eagerly to await the number being called. An employee at a Los Angeles location confirmed to people that the number was removed about a month ago and added that In-N-Out Burger has also banned the number 69 from its ticket system. Why?
Oh, come on.
If you have a viral trend going on, this is the time to jump on that and let it be. If throngs of kids are coming to buy your food in order to wait for that number to come up, let them. It seemingly seems like a bad business model to turn away. Well, we're not going to do this anymore because we're sick of people saying it. But how many burgers has it sold you?
Probably more than your share. And the fact listen, even the name In-N-Out Burger is suggestive.
Giggity.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Suggestive.
Ain't nothing in it. Well, it goes in, it comes right out.
I did that. You've eaten enough of them.
People reached out to the In-N-Out office, but they have not received a response. Chatter around the removal of 6-7 in In-N-Out system began on Reddit when a user noted, while I was at work yesterday, I noticed that every time I would get to number 66, and then get to the next customer, it would just go to number 68, and it would completely skip over 67.
And now you got a bunch of angry customers.
And now he's curious as why they removed it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Commenters rushed to explain the number's significance, noting that the skip digits could be related to the viral 67 trend. Viral 67, all the kids are yelling these days. My In-N-Out also skips this after a while kids kept making a commotion while the number was called. Okay, but if you're eliminating that, then you're not going to have anybody in there. If you're reaching out to a population that may or may not have typically gone to an In-N-Out burger, you're kind of reducing your sales. I would be promoting the hell out of that.
Of course, make a big deal out of it.
The phrase
say like number 67 gets 20% off.
Yeah, that's what that's a good promotion.
That'd be a great promotion.
I don't know.
All the more reason to go.
These people.
Unbelievable. It's 7:57. 7:57 on Rock 102. It's Classic Rock. It's 8:11 and Eric Clapton with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102.
It's going to be cloudy today with a high of 29. Tomorrow, 42. Warming up. It's 9 right now in downtown Springfield. You had, 6 or 7?
I have 6 on the computer, but 11 on my watch. So split the difference. I don't know.
Where is the thermometer? Where is the thing that takes the temperature for these sources?
I don't really know for sure. I mean, this is the thing that's like a widget on the computer screen. It says 6.
I know, when you listen to, I listened to that 1010 Winds out of New York, and they always let's say it's 9 in the Bronx, and it's 11 in Midtown. They name 2 different locations.
Sure.
Maybe we should start doing that. Find out what the weather is in Belchertown or somewhere.
Let's do it this way. Yeah. You say it's 11 on my side of the room, but it's 6 on my side of the room.
There you go.
They're perfect.
It's 6 on my side of the room, 7 on Bax's side of the room.
Perfect.
Yeah, there you go.
That's exactly the way it should be.
As I continue this healthy eating trend that I'm doing, I just finished a Twix bar upstairs, and it keeps me going, I guess.
Sure.
But as I'm eating the Twix bar out of the, I don't think a lot of people buy them around here because it wasn't fresh, if you know what I mean. The expiration date wasn't for another couple of months.
Yeah.
But you can tell the caramel has hardened on it.
Also, sometimes old chocolate gets this kind of this white covering on it, like a dusting.
So, which made me kind of think about this because last week I had a Twix bar. As well, that was, and it was white, and I looked at the expiration date, and it was this month. It was in December.
Yeah.
So it not till the end of the month, but still, you're getting the closer you get to that date, the quality is deteriorating up until that's why they kind of know you shouldn't really eat it after this date.
You know what you don't know?
What?
This is the other thing. When you think about expired food, okay, expired food has got a specific date.
Yeah.
But it never tells you when that product was prepared.
Yeah.
How long does it take a chocolate bar to go funky, to expire? Is it a year? Is it 6 months? Is it 10 years? No one knows.
Bax, it's you are like the amazing Kreskin. You were reading my mind of the exact question that I had.
Hold on, I'm getting a vision. The vision says you will be giving me $100 in $50 increments.
No, I'm not doing that. But anyway.
Damn it.
So I was thinking about that while I was eating. I'm like, what is the freshest candy bar you can get? Is the one that is just packaged, obviously is going to taste better than the one that is almost all the way up to the expiration date, the one I had last week. I want to get fresh product, like a Hostess product. What the one that just got boxed, the one that just went into the packaging.
You would almost have to go factory direct.
Right, but even the ones that are in the factory, how long have they been sitting there?
Yeah, see, that's a question that will perplex man for all time.
I'm going to have to start visiting these where things are made around here. By the way,
did you ever go to like an actual chocolate shop that makes their own candy?
Oh yeah. Richardson's Candy Kitchen up in Deerfield.
The difference between that and the mass-produced stuff is like night and day. It's like it's not even like the same product.
There was a place in East Longmeadow here years ago called Chocolate Works.
Yeah.
Is it still? It's not still there.
There's a candy shop at the in the center of town.
Okay.
Maureen's Sweet Shop, I think it's called.
This was over. This was in the plaza where the Stop and Shop was. It has since.
Yeah.
I had met the lady years ago. She was a really nice lady, but they had like the fudge covered Oreos.
Oh yeah.
It was like fresh fudge covered Oreos. And now that kind of even leads me to another discussion about food because I noticed I bought these Oreo cookies. My kid was making Oreo truffles or whatever. Really, really good.
Sure.
But I noticed the it was a box of, she only needed like so many of them. And I'm like, well, why don't I just buy the snack box at Costco? You get 60 packages with the cookies inside.
And if they're really good, you can make more.
If they're really good, you can make more, but they can also take them as snacks for their lunch and all that stuff too if they want to do that. But I noticed it was a mixture of like the golden Oreo, the regular Oreo, and the double stuff Oreo. So I open up, I'm like, ooh, a double stuff Oreo, right?
Yeah.
You remember how much cream used to be inside of the double stuff?
Yeah.
Now the double stuff, because of the cheapening of America and, trying to cheapen up products in order to sell them at the same price or even higher.
Yeah.
They've reduced the amount of cream, so now the amount of cream in a double stuff Oreo is what I remember the Oreo having as a normal amount of cream. Now you open up the normal Oreo, and it's so thin you can't even see it.
Well, how do you know it's there?
Oh, I just assume. But it's almost like somebody took the knife and just scraped it off for the risidual of the frosting
the Oreo. But they're still charging you the double stuff prices.
Yeah. This is there's got to be an end to this at some point.
The American consumer, Steve, is getting jacked.
And has been for a very long time.
Because we've talked about this before. Remember, we talked about this. I forgot what the term was. But if you bought a bag of potato chips, what used to be a 1 pound bag is now a 12-ounce bag. It used to be, like a 1 pound bag of coffee is now a 14-ounce bag of coffee. They're for the same price or greater than what you would have spent on the larger size. I have not bought Oreos in a damn long time. Mm-hmm. Not that I don't like Oreos, not that I give it I'm Oreo resistant or just haven't bought them in a long time.
I get it.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but I have, through a better part of my life, have had somewhat of a weight problem.
No.
Yeah. My doctor says I swallow a lot of aggression, along with a lot of pizzas. Hey! Anyhow, during the fattest times of my life, I used to take the Oreo double stuffed cookies and remove one side of the cookie. Then I would grab another double stuffed Oreo and remove one of the cookies, put them together for a quadruple stuffed Oreo.
Oh.
Imagine that,
okay,
if you will. Now that's the olden days when double stuff really meant double stuff.
Now let me enhance that for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Being a user of the devil's lettuce, which can initiate hunger in oneself.
That's the rumor.
There are some things that you wind up doing with food when you're under the influence that you would probably not normally do.
Yes.
As far as mixing things together. One of my favorites was taking the Oreos and putting it in like a cup, and then just pouring milk over the top of it and letting it turn into mush and just eating the mush out of the thing. And you can also enhance that by adding Hershey's chocolate syrup to it because, that's what makes it real good.
I used to dip those quadruple stuff Oreos in chocolate milk and then have like a Jimmy's chaser with it.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even just
a shot of Jimmy's.
Yeah, I wouldn't sprinkle it on the cookie. I just open up the jar and toss it back like I'm doing like Jimmy shots.
All right, and here's another one that's really you shots of Jimmy's. What are you? You're like the Karen Reed of the ice cream shop. Well, I think I had 10 Jimmy's. She also had 10 Jimmies that night. But, you know.
Yes. Anyway.
And then all of a sudden you're backing into your fridge at 24 miles an hour. Who damaged the door on this? Anyway, another good one.
Where's the dog? He ate it.
You get yourself a nice, fresh Portuguese roll. Like a fresh Portuguese roll.
Yes.
Right? Nice and soft, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You cut it open, you open it up, and you take out some of the breading inside.
Okay.
You can eat that.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
off
yeah.
The top. Then you take a handful of chocolate chips, like the good semi-sweet chocolate chips.
Yeah.
And you put it right in the middle of the thing.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Then you take a little teaspoon or if you're high, it's a tablespoon of peanut butter, and you wipe it over the top of the thing. You shove it in the microwave for like 30 seconds, and it softens it up. Then you take some chocolate chip mint ice cream, and you put a dollop of that on the sandwich. You now have a fresh ice cream Portuguese roll sandwich that is beyond good. Beyond good. It's so good. But you got to get a fresh Portuguese roll in order to do it.
Steve, I'm going to need a cold compress.
Yeah.
I'm going to, like in the back of my head, because I'm breaking down a sweat.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That sounds like the most delicious thing that could ever put in my mouth.
And you can even enhance it by putting maybe a handful of Cocoa Puffs on top of that. Or, make it a little crunchy to do that.
And then the Jimmy Shot Chaser.
So I will open up the text line on the Route 10 Tire listener. Yes, the Jimmy Shots. I had about 9 Jimmies that night, and Johnny's, and Brian's.
Listen, it helped my leaky balloon knot.
Yeah, my leaky balloon knot is a result of eating all that sugar at one time.
Sugar.
On the Route 10 Tire listener line, what's your favorite devil's lettuce inspired food? Because I got a buddy. I would like to hear your favorite recipes that you make. There's got to be somebody out there who's had the munchies so bad that they've made something that is just mind-blowingly spectacular.
I had a friend. This is not spectacular, but this is the opposite end of it, where you say that was an ill-advised experiment.
Yeah,
I knew a guy who got really, really baked one night.
Yeah,
and decided, you know what I want? Bacon. But he couldn't find like a pan to cook the bacon, so he just cooked it on the flat stovetop.
On the burner?
Direct on the burner.
That is the most dangerous thing I could possibly think of somebody doing.
It gets worse.
Yeah.
He lost patience and just decided, I'll just go halfway on this one. And he wound up cooking like a whole pound, no pan, flipping the bacon with his bare hands.
And it must have came out all floppy
It was
and
all
gross.
floppy and chewy, but he ate it anyway. And I'm like, yeah, dude, you're going to get what's coming to you.
I think I had a swine like that after a night at Mingles, but never cooked on a stove like that.
That's right, honey. I'll go right to your thighs.
You want to see the bacon strips? And all of a sudden, you're running around the house like that dog in that commercial. Give me some bacon, 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 bacon.
It's 8:24 Rock 102. 50. It's 8:27 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Got some suggestions on the Route 10 Tire listener line. Fried bologna sandwich on heavily buttered bread, slightly toasted. That does sound good. I mean, a fried bologna sandwich is there's nothing to turn away.
No,
but I'm when the devil's lettuce is involved, I'm more of a sweet tooth kind of person.
Yeah, I'm more of a salty guy, so I would go with the fried bologna, and then the Jimmy Shots.
This one, the Gusher Blunt. Take a package of Gusher gummies and wrap it in a fruit roll-up so it looks like a blunt. Just don't try and smoke it. Well, how are you supposed to get sugar high?
But that does sound potentially dangerous.
But you and I were talking off the air, and my dad. This is the difference between alcohol and marijuana. You were talking about your buddy who cooked the thing of bacon on the stove, directly on the stove.
Right.
But I'm sure that he wasn't just baked. He was probably also consuming alcohol.
Oh yeah, like he didn't give a damn.
There's a big difference when you separate those two. Both of them, you're in no condition to drive anywhere or, do any of that when you're under the influence of eat. But separately, you have better, I think, cognitive awareness when you're under the devil's lettuce influence versus getting crap-faced drunk. And combining those two, then you really make dumb decisions. But like my dad used to like cook raw like things that weren't even cooked, and because he was so drunk, he was. I remember one time he cooked okra. But he didn't really cook it, and it was like you're not supposed to eat that raw. Raw okra because it looks like snot in a pot. It's okra. Gee, damn it! Like he would just sit there but that was family dinner sometimes. This wasn't like a 2 a.m. thing.
No, but I mean, of all things that you got a hankering for, this bag of okra is mine.
Now, some of the best meals I've had have come from somebody who is under the influence of the devil's lettuce.
Sure,
a guy cooks up hey, am I going to make you something? And yes, the salty foods can be good, but I'm more of the sweet tooth.
I think you have more capacity to be creative with it when you're high,
right?
As opposed to when you're drunk, when you don't care.
Yeah,
you'll eat anything.
That's the problem with the booze is that you lose your inhibitions completely, and you wouldn't what
coffee grounds and sawdust. That sounds perfectly fine right now. I'm so bloated. I'm so cocked. That's what sounds good to me.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Like my dad used to cook the Gianelli went from Syracuse, the Gianelli sausage burgers. It's probably some of the best sausage I've ever had.
Okay,
when it's cooked, and he would take these patties. They would sell them like hamburger patties,
right?
And he would cook it like clearly not. There was no food thermometer use. There was no. There was just like medium rare sausage.
Sure.
Yeah. It doesn't really hit the palate like maybe a medium rare burger would, like
True.
A regular burger. And it was just like, how can you eat that? But when you're drunk, you
don't
just
care.
Don't give an F.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's 8:31. We got news next to Rock 102. 8:35 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Cluets. Save big on all appliances every day at Cluets. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. The suspect involved in, excuse me. Get the little
got some Jimmy shots down there?
Well, Jimmy, I did 9 Jimmy shots. I had 9 Jimmy shots at the bar.
I'm choking on the Jimmies.
The suspect involved in a deadly hit-and-run pedestrian crash has been identified, according to the Springfield police. They stated that approximately 6:20 p.m. on Friday, officers were called to the area of State and Federal Streets for a crash involving a pedestrian. The vehicle involved in the crash drove away prior to the police's arrival. The pedestrian was brought to Bay State Medical Center, where she later died from her injuries. Her identity has not been released at this time. Following an investigation from the Springfield Police Traffic Unit, it was announced on Monday that the driver involved in the crash has been identified. The name of the suspect has not been released. Excuse me.
Let her rip.
I'm getting that wintertime, like...
It's the dry air.
The wintertime tickle.
Oh, yeah. I got
throat.
it. I get it.
It's not... I don't like that at all. I don't like this time of year, Bax. It makes me all dried out, and I have to get my Suave body lotion to get my cracks all moisturized.
I feel like I'm starting to raisin. That's why I'm guzzling down Jean Nate.
Springfield experience. That's a great visual. Hey, Springfield.
I don't even know why I came up with Jean Nate. What the hell?
That was a great reference. I don't think I've. When have we had one of those references before?
I don't think we've ever done a Jean Nate reference on this show.
Springfield experienced record-breaking cold temperatures Tuesday morning, reaching -1, breaking the previous record set in 1989. The morning started with single-digit temperatures, and despite the cold, the day is expected to warm up, with highs reaching into the 20s to 30 degrees.
My car on the way in was registering 2.
Oh, yeah.
2 degrees.
I had 5. who knows how do they even know that this is a record breaker?
I think when you're that low, what's the difference between like 2 and 5? It's like it's the same. It's way too cold.
I think you're only really noticing it increments of 10.
Yeah.
Like if it was 1 and it was -10, then you'd probably notice it. -20, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. What are you gonna do?
Springfield's hometown boxing champion Anthony Velasquez is heading to Australia on Monday for an upcoming fight on December 17th. A send-off event was held at the YMCA in Springfield, where local and state-level officials, along with familiar faces from Springfield Public Schools, gathered to show their support for Velasquez. State Representative Carlos Gonzalez expressed his report, saying he's been fighting for this for so many years. Velasquez spent the last 10 weeks training intensively at the Universal Boxing Academy in Forest Park, preparing for his international bout. Rosa Valentin from Springfield Public Schools wished Velasquez well, stating, "I wish you the best, Anthony. You're going to bring it back to Springfield." Velasquez, known in the ring as ATV.
ATV?
Yeah. Shared his readiness for the fight, saying, "I'm 100% ready mentally and physically." The boxer hopes to inspire the next generations of fighters from Springfield, emphasizing his desire to be a local resource for aspiring boxers. "So I'm here to put that example to make sure that they believe your dreams do come true."
Well, that's awesome. Way to go, Anthony. Good luck.
Some young boxers were also present at the send-off, looking up to Velasquez as a role model. As Velasquez departs for Australia, he carries the hopes of Springfield with him, aiming to inspire future boxers and bring back a victory to his hometown. That would be super cool.
That would be cool.
It's cool enough that the guy's even going to it, though. I mean, you know how much work goes into even getting to that level?
Oh, my God, yeah.
You watch the Rocky movies and you see all that. He's not really doing that. He's an actor.
He's an actor, right? And you know what? I mean, you've seen, I've seen enough like documentaries about boxing. Been a big fan of boxing over the years. It's a hell of a commitment to be at that level or to train towards that level. So good for him. That's awesome.
Route 10 Tire listener line, do you have any news on a tractor trailer flipping over on I-91 in Hatfield? No, I do not.
This is the first time hearing of it.
Please give me some details about the overturned tractor trailer on I-91 in Hatfield. Is it north? Is it south? Is it in the median? What's going on? We're only as good as the 22 News reporting that we get.
I'm not seeing anything on 22 News that talks about this.
Let me see Western Mass News.
Yeah, I'm seeing nothing.
See if we get there. Nope, nothing.
Yeah.
Well, apparently there's a tractor trailer that's having an accident or had an accident in Hatfield. I don't know what to tell you because I don't know any other details.
Yeah, no, I got nothing.
Eversource customers. As these cold winter temperatures continue, homeowners
is what?
What? Oh, man,
I got you again.
Are turning up their thermostat to stay warm, but concern is building for some Eversource customers who are seeing their electric bills spike, and they claim new smart meters may be to blame. Margaret Tabaldi has lived in the same home in Springfield's Pine Point neighborhood for decades, and she showed Western Mass News something very interesting. She paid just over $200 for her October bill. Then she received a zero bill, but we don't know if that was for the last month. It's unclear if there are any other customers who received a bill like that. However, Tabaldi told Western Mass News that she got an email recently stating that her projected bill for this month is between $720 and almost $800. She says she's never had to pay an electric bill that high, even with a full household. You know, I don't know why the state allows this company to just blatantly say, well, this is just the cost of it, when you're clearly, there's some gouging going on here. There is some clear gouging going on with these bills. And where is the accountability being held for these folks?
I wish I understood any of it. But to be honest, I don't understand, what goes into the bill. I mean, I can understand that, there are shortages, there's delivery issues. I can get all that. But I've never understood the rate in which they're willing to increase. And it's always kind of the same thing. It's like people get a real high bill, and the the governor steps in and says, "Well, this simply won't do."
Which
you just got a 50% increase. Well, that's outrageous. And then they argue, and then all of a sudden, the utilities say, "Okay, well, we'll only increase it by 30%."
Yeah.
Well, we all got a real deal out of that, didn't we?
And for some reason, nobody found the news about that until it was too late last year.
Well, that's exactly it. So this happens like every year. And every year that this happens.
And this woman, she said, "I'm so confused. I just don't understand whatsoever why the bill is like this and why we weren't informed that we were going to have a delayed bill, or do they not have it hooked up so you can read the meter yet? And if I opted out, which I thought about, they're going to charge you extra money. I can't afford to pay the extra money. I'm on a fixed income." You know, this is more of a reason why you should donate to the open pantry, because you're dealing with not just the cost of food, you're dealing with the utilities. And these people who are already on fixed incomes that are not stealing from the system, they're just trying to live a life, and they can't because these companies keep gouging these people.
Are you trying to suggest
Yeah.
that there are people who are not jacking the system just because they got to chill?
Yeah, like most of them are not jacking the system.
You're telling me there are people who are sitting in their low rent apartment not turning on the heat because of the way they're jacking everybody?
Yeah.
With their false claims?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Huh.
Tibaldi
Be damned.
is one of many customers currently on the new smart meter, which was installed by Eversource a little more than a month ago. She said that she's been in touch with Eversource, but didn't receive much help. She also noted that she's currently in Springfield's Community Choice Power Supply program, in which all of Springfield Eversource customers are automatically enrolled. Here's what I would like the meter to do. Tell you exactly every single day how much you used. But they're not going to tell you that.
No.
They're only going to give you the bill at the end going, "Oh, you used this many kilowatt hours." Okay, but why can't I see? In this day and age of technology, you should be able to see exactly how much you're using, when the peak is, not just reading some report at the end of the month from a power company, because I know that have you ever looked at your bill and said, "I don't think I used that much electricity"?
Of course.
Yeah. This is what I'm talking about.
The weird part about it is, so the utilities say, well, maybe if you were on the budget plan, you wouldn't have this problem. Well, guess what?
Yeah.
Those people that are on their budget plan, they're still seeing their rates increase too.
Yeah.
So everyone's getting it. It's not just the people that haven't gone on it. It's everybody.
Ay, ay, ay.
What a pain in the ass these things are.
Ay, Dios mío. I like saying that.
I don't even know what that means.
It says, "Oh my God, oh my God."
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think that means it. I don't know. I think Impanda meat is a good thing to have too.
It's empanadas, Steve.
Whatever.
Empanadas.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be a mix of sun and clouds with a high of 29. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 42. It is 9 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
John Hazen here.
102 Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 8:53 and Van Halen with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Mix of sun and clouds with a high of 29 today. Tomorrow, high of 42. It's 12 right now in downtown Springfield.
I just found out that the Patriots game against the Baltimore Ravens in 2 weeks, they've moved the time. It was an afternoon game. Now it's going to be a game at night.
Yeah.
So that means that night, Baxy's Musical Fun Bag will be postponed, and then the following week I'm on vacation. So it's like, well, that means like this weekend is the final Baxy's Musical Fun Bag of the year.
I thought we moved it. Didn't we usually move the show?
It's Sunday night.
No, I mean, but didn't you move the show and when that happens?
No, we don't move. I postpone. Oh. I get preempted.
Okay.
And it's fine.
All right.
It's fine. But I'm going to do a very special one this week that I was planning on doing like 2 weeks from now, but now it's things being what they are. It is a very special Baxy's Musical podcast episode of the Fun Bag. Songs from Baxy's Musical podcast all year long. I'm going to tell you, for those of you who haven't been paying attention or don't know the music, this is one of the better years of music that have featured on the podcast, now moving into its 6th year. So that's coming up on Sunday night, 9 o'clock, brought to you by Raspberries Records and Rock 102.
You should do like a Casey Kasem year-end musical fun bag countdown.
Well, I'm not doing a countdown because
You should.
I only kind of squeeze out like 14 songs during that show. But I gotta. It's gonna be pretty good. Songs from The Damned, Love and Rockets, The Butthole Surfers, The Vapors, Gang of Four, and many others. It's all coming up Sunday night here on Rock 102.
Did you see this story about Dave Portnoy about the threat, supposedly, which wasn't technically a threat. I mean, he was just voicing his opinion. The founder of Barstool Sports, Dave Portnoy, is facing backlash after he called for the murder of Las Vegas Raider head coach Pete Carroll in an outburst following an NFL game against the Denver Broncos. Murder Pete Carroll, he said in a video posted to social media over the weekend. I want Pete Carroll murdered. Now, I think most people who watch Dave Portnoy are fans of him know he's not really serious about that. But then when that word gets out to other people, you really shouldn't be saying things
No,
like
of course
that.
not.
Although, how many times have you and I been murdered right here on this show? You know,
many, many times.
multiple people have spoken out against the video on social media, with the host of podcast Kosher Money, Eli Langer, advising Portnoy to retract the call for Pete's murder. The incident began as has been highlighted in comparison to the unconnected arrest of a man who allegedly threw coins at Portnoy and shouted anti-Semitic abuse at him. Newsweek has contacted Barstool Sports and the Las Vegas Raiders via email outside of normal working hours for comment, and nobody has returned their call. Portnoy responded to Newsweek's request for a comment during a live stream on Monday, name-checking this reporter and reading her email on air. The Barstool founder said, I would like to say this loudly, clearly, and emphatically. We never want physical harm to anybody based on a decision, a play, anything. However, in the moment, you may be upset by one of the wildest sequences that cost you $250,000. It's not the comment that I take issue with Dave Portnoy saying. I could care less what this guy says.
Right.
It's the fact that you're crying about losing $250,000. Who's the idiot who put the $250,000 down on the Raiders?
Well, I mean, I don't think anyone with a sense of any intelligence would ever do something stupid like that. I mean, on the Raiders, please.
And it's like, do you really feel bad for a guy who has that kind of money to just flop around like it's no big deal?
Well,
like clearly he lost $250,000, but so what? Like it's.
I hate to break it to you, but Dave Portnoy's estimated net worth about $150 million. He can easily afford to lose $500,000 on a bet.
But that's how you lose it all. I remember talking to a guy years ago about it. When I was in college, there was a professor there, right? And we were talking about the Powerball at the time was like some crazy number. It was like $236 million.
Sure.
Which at the time, 25 years ago,
was a lot.
That was a lot of money. And now they're up to over $1 billion sometimes. But even $236 million is still a pretty good thing. And I said, how could you spend it all? And he goes, easy. Go to Vegas and start betting $50,000 a hand. If this guy has a gambling issue where he's spending $250,000 on one game, like,
I mean,
it's not like you're even spreading it out. You even have like a parlay or something with the other things going on. You're gonna wind up getting yourself broke.
Well, he's been broke. He's been rich.
Yeah.
He got broke again. He got rich again.
Yeah.
He's the kind of guy who's crafty enough. He'll survive.
He's a go-getter.
He sure is.
But yeah,
just the fact he's getting all them pizzas and everything.
Yeah.
You got to respect that.
I mean, it's a stupid thing to say, about the murder thing. But the even stupider part is the fact that you lost $250,000 betting on the Raiders.
The Raiders, of all teams.
And then he got that's what he was getting mad about. Are you kidding me? What do you mean you kidding me? You the one who put down if you put down $10,000.
Yeah, right.
That's one thing. But
even $10,000. I don't care how rich you are. That's way too much money to bet on the Raiders. I wouldn't bet $2 on the Raiders.
Yeah. Phil Mickelson was millions in debt because of gambling.
Yeah. Hey, listen, there was a whole book out about Michael Jordan's gambling addiction. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he still worked out okay. He found a way to get through it.
But he was also a pretty smart business guy, knowing how to brand everything.
Well, so is Portnoy.
Yeah, but I don't think on the same level as much.
No, I mean obviously there's a big marketability difference between a Michael Jordan and a Dave Portnoy.
Well, because there's longevity in one. I think the Portnoy one. How long can you keep doing that?
He you know what? When I got to give Dave Portnoy a lot of credit because I mean he has changed what he does over and over again. He's just starting off as a blog, and then all of a sudden now people know him as the guy who's doing pizza reviews.
But people still murder each other over a pair of Air Jordans. No one has died as a result of a pizza being eaten by Dave Portnoy.
That we know of.
I guess so.
It's 9:01 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.